Hey, what's up? This your boy Big Man. What up, what up, what up? Hey, man, so it's been a busy week out here as far as hip-hop is concerned. Hopefully you guys can hear me loud and clear. We got a lot to discuss this broadcast, and we're going to start off talking about Boosie. Then we're going to get into FBG Duck situation, starting off with Mama Duck, all the things she talked about. Then we're going to talk about FBG Brick, the Oblock raid. Then we're going to move on to FBG Duck and, the Oblock arrest, Muwop, the court situation, the dude Los. We're going to talk about all that, man. And we're going to finish it off by talking about Lil Durk, man. Now, everybody get in the chat. Shout out your cities. Put in them questions, and we're going to get to it, man. Now, who we got in the chat today? It looks like we got Norfolk, VA. What's up? What up? What up, Boone? What up, Goon? I see you. Yeah, I see you, man. Everybody pile in here. We got a lot to discuss. We got 4 topics, and they flaming hot, man. It's been a busy week for hip-hop. Make sure as you come in here, run them likes up. Hit that like button, man. What up, Duval County? What up, Duval? What up, Greensboro, North Carolina? Boston in the house, I see you. Yeah, man, I see you, man. I see you. Yep. LA in the house, what's up? The Jungles, man, what up, man? What up? LA in the house, I see you. Hopefully everybody can hear me loud and clear, man. Let me know if you can't. Statesboro, Georgia in the house, man. I done been there before. I know where Statesboro, Georgia is. That's Georgia Southern University. I done been there before. Memphis, what up, Memphis? What up? Inglewood, Chicago, what up? Okay, man, I see y'all in this building. We got Chicago in here heavy. Baltimore in here heavy. Memphis in here. What up, Broward County? Yeah, run them likes up, y'all. Southside Chicago in the building, man. What's up? Birmingham, Alabama in the building. What's up? Detroit in the building. Somerville, Tennessee. 513 Cincinnati. We got St. Louis in the house. South Carolina in the house. Mabletown, Georgia. Miami and New Orleans. Make sure y'all run them likes up, man. I'm going to continue shouting out your cities, and we going to bring the real today, man. So for those of you just getting in here, we got 4 topics to discuss. Now, we're going to start off with Boosie, man. I know we want to get to the business first, but I'm going to start off with Boosie. We're going to talk about the latest info on his arrest, because the last time we did a broadcast, he didn't get arrested. It'll be kind of an update. Then we going to get to the function, man. We're going to get to what's really going down. What up, Houston? What up, Elmira, New York? Birmingham, Alabama? Detroit? 314, London, what's up? From across the pond, Salisbury, Maryland, what's up? Southside Baton Rouge, what's up? Everybody run them likes up. Bahamas in the house. We got Costa Rica in the house. We got Calumet City, and then Cleveland in the house. We got GI. I don't know where GI is, but Naptown in the house. Columbia, South Carolina. The 614 in the house. We got Australia. What's up from way across the pond, man? Flint Town, Flint, Michigan, them Flintstones in the building. Broward County, Florida. What's up? Milwaukee in this, you know what I'm saying? My projects. UK in the house. What's up? Across the pond. Gunru. I don't know where Gunru is, but man, let me know if you know. Make sure y'all run them likes up. Elmira, New York in the house. Birmingham, Alabama. Yeah, man, we gonna get it. We gonna get to it, man. We keeping them stories coming. Naptown in the building, the 317. Okay, then we got Free the Guys. Okay, Liverpool, England in the building. What's up? Portland, Oregon, let's get it. Grand Rapids, Pontiac. We got West Africa, man. We got so many things to discuss. Like I said, we got 4 different topics we're gonna go over today, and it might take a little bit of time. We still gonna try to keep it under an hour and a half, but we're going to get to the gist of all the stuff that's been going down in hip-hop this week, man. It has been a busy week, especially if you're looking at the Chi-Town, Chicago drill scene, man. We had rappers who got mainstream rap album placements getting locked up. I'm talking about Muwop. I'm talking about OTF Boona. I'm talking about BossTop, even though, man, people ain't talking about the BossTop situation. There's rumors out there. I'm going to leave it that way, man. Liverpool, England, what's up? What up? Portland, Oregon, what's up? Marina, Florida, what up? By way of Marina, Florida. Baltimore, what's up, man? Bodymore, man. West Africa, what's up? Pontiac, Michigan. Grand Rapids, Michigan, what's up? 305 Miami in the house. Fresno, California. What's up, man? You know we go global, man. 910 up in the building. Newark, New Jersey, and Portland, Oregon. Y'all do me a favor. I'm going to shout y'all cities. I'm going to keep these topics coming. We're going to keep talking about everything that we got going. But I need y'all to hit that like button, run them likes up. Make sure you're hitting them likes. But, man, before we get to what's real and kick it off with the stories, keep shouting out your cities. But we got to do it right, man. We can only do what's right. Now, what's right is this right here. Okay, now that we got the intro out of the way, man, what's up, what's up, what's up? This your boy Big Man. You already know what it is, man. So let's get right to it with this live on a Saturday morning. We do these lives every Saturday, so check in, man. And basically, I'm going to break down all the big stories from this week. And there's no story in hip-hop bigger than the FBG Duck story, than the story that FBG Duck's shooters or alleged killers were actually apprehended according to law enforcement. Now, this is all alleged, and we ain't saying that these cats did this, but the story is what's taking hip-hop by storm. And it's started to develop crazy because now it's involving big artists as far as like Lil Durk, even though, let me preface it by saying this, Lil Durk has nothing to do with the story at this point. But there's a report I want to read from allhiphop.com that speculates on the possibility of Lil Durk actually being investigated, man. It's crazy, man. Now, for those of you who don't know, man, this whole FBG Duck thing has then took over the whole internet, man. This is the story to be, right? And with it, people have been locked up. I'm talking about rappers with huge placements, rappers who are in the position to do big things, getting locked up, man. What's up, North Memphis? What's up, Louisville, Kentucky? Yo, man, doing big things, getting placements. And now they sitting in a jail cell, man. This is crazy. This is crazy. Now, I know we want to get to the real. We want to talk about this FBG Duck situation, right? But first, before that, I want to talk about Boosie, man. We're going to do this in order, man. We're going to get the Boosie story up out of the way, and then we're going to proceed to talking about everything else. But right now, let's talk about Boosie, right? Now, for Boosie, it's been a tough week, man. It looks like he turned himself into jail, related to the charges from that Atlanta concert brawl. Now, for some of you might be thinking, man, what in the world went down in Atlanta? And how in the world is Boosie wrapped up in all this? Well, there was a situation where Boosie was supposed to be one of the main acts on a tour that's going, I would say it's nationwide, but it's really not nationwide. They had select dates at select cities, and it's had some stops in different southern cities, right? And Boosie happened to be the headliner, I believe, at the Atlanta tour date. Now, while he was on stage, a brawl broke out. And my position in this, and I said this in the video that I did where I talked about Boosie being locked up, is, well, how in the world does anybody get on stage to even touch or get near Boosie? This is a situation where the security should be at some type of responsibility, right? Well, it looks like due to the chaos and all the ruckus that they caused during the scene, Boosie ended up catching some charges. So I want to refer to a story from Yahoo News that talked about this specifically. Yo, what's up, Chirac in the house? I see you. North Memphis, I see you. Dayton, Ohio, I see you, man. Everybody, shout out your cities. I'm going to get to them as I see them. Madison, Florida in the building, I see you, man. Y'all make sure y'all run them likes up, though, man. Now, let's keep with this Boosie situation. Now, the story from Yahoo News says this. Says Boosie Badazz arrested on charges related to Atlanta concert brawl. Now, we know that, and by now you've probably seen the footage, the pictures of what looks like Boosie in a red jacket throwing the things, right? Now, Boosie was arrested on Monday on charges related to the concert brawl during his Legends of the Streets tour stop in Atlanta earlier this month. So this kicked the month off, and the Legends of the Streets tour is basically a tour that's comprised of people who have a legit following in the game, and you can kind of consider them legends. You're talking about your Rick Rosses, your Jeezys, your T.I.s, your Fabulous, cats who kind of have that street edge, but they still, got a little bit, not even a little bit, they had a lot of mainstream success, like Boosie and these cats, right? Now, TMZ posted the story that Boosie was arrested and booked in the Fulton County Jail on Monday. He was released on Tuesday after signing his own bond. The 38-year-old rapper has been charged with criminal damage to property, disorderly conduct, inciting a riot, and criminal trespass? Now hold up. How in the world does he get hit with a criminal trespass charge when he was headlining the show, or he's part of the show? And the disorderly conduct, okay, maybe. But inciting a riot? I don't know, man. I don't know if we can say that Boosie was inciting a riot. In order to prove that, don't you have to say something that's like, hey, man, and you got to be real careful with that type of language. You know what I mean? I don't know, man. Those are some hefty charges. And Boosie just recently got out of his whole situation, as far as everything is concerned with his legal situation. He did a video where he talked about he was off papers, and everybody was happy about the fact that he was off papers. Dallas, what's up? I see you, Memphis. I see you, Brooklyn. What up? Y'all make sure y'all run them likes up. Bradenton, Florida, I see you too, man. Bradenton, Florida, and Bennett, what's up? East Mims, Florida, I see you. Chicago, I see you. But, man, do y'all think that they throwing too much at Boosie at once with this, man? Do you think that all of this is just a bunch of trumped up charges when it was a security's job to keep somebody off a stage from even getting in Boosie's presence? Now, I know Boosie is a controversial figure. He says some things that's made a lot of people upset, but it seems like in this situation, is he getting railroaded? That's the question I want to pose. Now, this news arrives less than 2 weeks after the Legends of the Streets tour in Atlanta was called off during Boosie's set when a brawl broke out in footage that was obtained by most of the media sources, right? Now, they're saying that Boosie exited the DJ booth and confronted another man on stage. Remember that part. They're saying that Boosie exited the DJ booth and confronted another man on stage. Meanwhile, in another video, Boosie was also spotted in an altercation off stage. The Atlanta Police Department said it received a call to the venue for vandalism around 12:41 a.m. Upon arrival, police said that Boosie and his associates broke items on stage, some of which were property of their production company. So basically, it seems like the person who was in charge of the production is the one who pressed the charges initially, man. They're trying to recoup their losses, it sounds like, man. And it makes sense because, if you have broke material, you're going to try to make sure it gets paid for. Now, 5 days after the brawl, Boosie took to Twitter to ask his followers to help identify a man who he claims confronted his crew with a gun during the altercation. So Boosie put out a video where he said a dude confronted his crew with a gun, and that was I'm assuming that was his reason for jumping that dude and trying to protect himself. Now, in quotes, it says this: $5K for video of stage dude, the one that's ducking, sneaking my boys with a gun in concert, he wrote in the post. So basically, he had a post and he had the video up there of the dude sneaking a gun in, or at least flashing a gun at them, or the dude that he says flashed the gun. He's trying to figure out who it is, and he's putting up $5K. So if anybody's looking for that $5K, go and check that out. Now, as far as anything else official, it looks like Boosie is definitely off the tour. You know what I mean? I don't know how bad that's going to hurt his pockets. Since then, there's been issues at an after party in Baltimore where he was initially off the tour, and there was a shooting there and somebody got shot. There are rumors it was another rapper. I still haven't seen anything to confirm that, so we're going to leave that where it's at. Now, going on in the future, it seems like Boosie is just trying to carry on business as usual, and since he bonded himself out, it's obvious, he's just got a legal fight on his hands as far as this is concerned. We don't know if this is going to be a criminal situation totally, or there's going to be any type of civil lawsuit or anything like that, but definitely, I'm going to be tuned in to look at it. You know what I mean? Now, I just wanted to touch on that whole Boosie situation, man, before we get to what we about to get to, because now we about to get to what everybody came here for. What up, STL? What up, Kansas? St. Louis, what's up? Everybody run them likes up. Make sure you hit that like button. We about to get to the real now, man. I know this is what everybody piled in for. This is what you came for, so let's talk about it, man. Make sure y'all run them likes up, man, because we running low on the likes. Atlanta in the house. Asheville, North Carolina in the house. What's up? What's up? What's up? I see y'all, man. I see all y'all. You know what I mean? Yep. Let me see who else we got in the chat. And see if you guys had anything to say about that Boosie situation. I kind of sped through Boosie because I know everybody want to talk about FBG Duck, but I just want to check to see if I ain't missed nothing, man. Dallas, Texas, I got y'all. Yep. I got everybody, man. Good. Keep shouting out your cities in the chat. And do me a favor, run up them likes, man. Everybody in here, make sure you hit that like button so that way we can help make sure this video does what it's supposed to do. Feel me? And let me see. Arkansas, what's up, man? And I wonder where you from in Arkansas, man. Because y'all football, I ain't going to talk sports, but, man, you know, it's been a situation with y'all, man. All right, man, so let's get to it. Let's get to it. All right, man, so let's start with FBG Duck, man. Now, we couldn't start this story or this segment off without talking about Mama Duck. Now, Mama Duck is actually a lady by the name of Lashina Weekly. Now, Lashina Weekly is FBG Duck's mom, and she's the one who really started off the media storm, with social media going wild and talking about this whole situation of FBG Duck's alleged killers being incarcerated, locked up during a raid in Oblock. And, you know, them being prominent Oblock members who we know through social media, through rap, through King Von, and through Lil Durk. I'm talking about we aiming at the top of Chicago rap here. We're talking about the biggest artists in the city. You know what I mean? So let's really get to what we getting to, man. Now, this started off because of this video right here. And I want to play Mama Duck's video, the very first video that kicked everything off. Let me know if you can't hear it in the chat, and I'm going to sit back. I might let it loop and play again. You know what I mean? So check this out real quick, and then we're going to get to what everything is, but this is what kicked it off.
Good morning. Oh, y'all. They got them. They got these. They got them. 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 They got them, and I knew it. And all that was talking, all y'all talking, all you bloggers that think y'all knew what the was going on. Okay,
make sure y'all.
I was right the whole time. I want to appreciate all y'all that investigated, that sent me stuff to alert me, just to do all type of stuff. I just want to thank y'all so much. I wasn't shut up. Oh yes. The Fed just called me and told me they arrested Muwop, they arrested Thang, they arrested 5 people that they have in custody. The little boy who himself August the 24th was one of the shooters that shot my son. They just told me that too. I'm just so glad.
Okay, man. Now, hopefully everybody heard that, man. That was the video that kicked off the whole media storm. When I say media storm, I'm talking about that is the video where everybody was like, whoa. So she started naming names of the people who got caught up. And we're like, hold up. We know them cats, man. You know, everybody knows them. And immediately after, that's when the media started to come in. Now, with that situation, it was a weird situation. I'm going to be real, because people are happy that she finally found justice, you know, and a lot of people are coming at her because, you know, there's been times in the past on social media where she's kind of been more aggressive towards, like, say, like King Von's sister and people like that, in the way that she talked about the situation and stuff like that. But in this, you really got to look at her for what it is, man. She's a grieving mother, man. She's a grieving mother. And I see y'all in the chat, man. But you got to think about that. You know, she literally had these kids. And we're going to talk about FBG Brick in a second. But you got to look at it from that aspect as well. Like, this is a grieving mother. So, yes, she does talk a lot of stuff on social media where she playing that street stuff and all that. And she's done it a lot. So, I'll say that. But, man, at the end of the day, if somebody loses a kid, they're going to want to see justice, man. There's going to be, I can only assume there's an empty hole in you that would want to see something done as far as the justice is served. You know what I mean? As far as justice being served, I should say. You know what I mean? Don't forget to keep shouting out your cities, man. And I'm checking the chat. But man, just so you guys, do you guys want me to run it again? Because I see a lot of people just got in here. Let's play it one more time. I know it's kind of long, but let's just, so that everybody can understand and really get the gist of what kicked this thing off. You know what I mean?
Good morning. Oh, y'all. They got them. They got these. They got them. 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 And I knew it. And all that was talking. All y'all talking. All you bloggers that think y'all knew what the was going on. Okay, I was right the whole time. I want to appreciate all y'all that investigated, that sent me stuff to alert me, just to do all type of stuff. I just want to thank y'all so much. I wasn't shut up. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Yes. The Fed just called me and told me they arrested Muwop, they arrested Thang, they arrested 2 more, 5 people that they have in custody. The little boy who himself August the 24th was one of the shooters that shot my son. They just told me that too. I'm just so glad. I'm just so glad.
Okay, man. Now, I might play it later at the end, but I want to make sure that even the new folks get in here today, that they saw that and understand where this all started. So that's where it started. And you heard her say the names, man. She talked about Zell Muna, and she talked about Muwop specifically. Then she talked about Murda, Thang, and man, everybody that you pretty much would associate with Oblock, with King Von, and recently had been around Lil Durk, man. Let's be real. There's a lot of videos of Muwop recently hanging out with Lil Durk, man. Like, we could go to this video right here where it was just about a month ago, and Muwop and Lil Durk, they were seen, and let me go to social media real quick for you guys. Hold up. And they were seen, Muwop and Lil Durk were seen shooting a video together, Doc. You know what I mean? So it comes as a crazy situation where you see Lil Durk kind of distancing himself from these cats, or at least pulling back and not being as close. Because for all intents and purposes, this was Lil Durk about a month ago, man. And you see him and Muwop right there shooting a music video. 7 weeks ago to be exact. Now, I don't want to harp on that too much, but man, it seems a little weird, man, that now he's pulling back and not cool with these cats and unfollowing them. But man, I'm jumping ahead, man. Let's talk about that video, and then let's talk about this next video. So FBG Duck's mom drops that video, sends a shockwave through hip hop. You know, everybody's talking about it. This is the biggest story in hip hop, right? Next thing you have is this video that starts to circulate around, where Oblock is getting raided.
Blocked FBI, DEA. Oh my God, the killers, the real ones. He has a big gun. His gun is real fucking big. Look at it. Oh my God. This is happening right.
Now, I'm going to play that one more time just because it's so short.
Blocked FBI, DEA. Oh my God, the killers, the real ones. He has a big gun. His gun is real fucking big. Look at it. Oh my God. This is happening right.
Now, dude is a little extra, man. I'm not gonna lie, man. Dude in that video is a lot extra, man. Don't forget to keep shouting out your cities. He's extra, right? But obviously he was taking a video, and that page is called Oblock, you know, Oblock something, like Oblock Watchers or something like that. So all they do is do content from Oblock. And he was showing the video of of Oblock getting raided. Now, in that raid was some of the most famous names from Oblock. If you've seen any of these documentaries on YouTube that talked about Get Back Gang, like if you haven't seen Get Back Gang, I don't know if I suggest you see it or not, because Get Back Gang is like I don't know, the way the voice and the music and stuff is like a horror story. You know what I mean? It's like a horror story. Everybody's clowning dude's voice. Dude is extra, man. I'll say that much. Hey, y'all do me a favor. Everybody in here, make sure you hit that like button, man. But dude is a lot extra, man. He's super extra, man. But obviously that was a video that he took. So in Get Back Gang, you hear some of these names a lot. You hear Thang's name. You hear Muwop's name a lot. You hear Murda's name a lot, man. And that's what led us to this situation with these cats getting locked up. Now, Muwop, for those of you who don't know, was kind of like King Von's right-hand man. Like, if you guys don't remember, when King Von lost his life in the shooting situation with Quando Rondo in Atlanta, right? Muwop was the dude who ran up after King Von had been shot, and King Von was still fighting. I don't want to give props for bad behavior, trust me, but for you to already be shot and you still fighting, trying to grip on, trying to get to a cat, like you really got, I don't know if that's heart, if that's courage or what it is, man, or maybe it's just anger. But Muwop was the one cat to run up there and was like, "Bwop," threw a lick, remember? And Muwop, he seemed to play, after King Von got shot, it seemed like he played the background and, he's tried to develop as a rapper. He worked on his rap game. He was shooting music videos. He had a video that they debuted, man. They debuted a song with him, and he had King Von in the video or whatnot. I don't know if you guys remember that, but it seemed like Muwop was focused on being a rapper. So is it a possibility that, one, I'm not saying that he did this or that he had anything to do with this for real, you know what I mean? Or that I know that he did, right? We just got to call it alleged for now. But is it possible that cats just thought, man, the coast was clear, that was it, and now it's on to new and better things? We in here, we doing this thing as far as rappers. Because it's easy to guard you, to seem like you could drop your guard as far as Chicago is concerned. Because if you look at any of these situations, even on these documentaries, usually cats don't get locked up, man. They don't get locked up. And there's a lot of debate on the reason why for that. A lot of people say it's too many cases. Other people say that it's the fact that most times the person who allegedly committed the shooting, or even the person who did commit the shooting, they lose their life. Because remember, when King Von passed away, we just recently heard a story about the whole Jakira situation. They're saying that they had evidence, hard evidence on King Von in that situation. Like, it was coming. Like, an indictment was coming for King Von, regardless, man. And then he had a situation in Atlanta. So is it easy to say that maybe they dropped their guard and thought this thing was a done deal? Or were there mistakes made in the situation that led to them being caught? Because when the FBG Duck situation took place, everybody took a look back and said, whoa, they on some different type of time in Chicago. Want to know why? Because it seems so organized. It seems so well constructed. Not to give props to bad behavior. Don't think I'm doing that. But it seems so organized and so well constructed that we're like, okay, they definitely on something different in Chicago. Then you had the situation with KTS Vaughn when he was leaving the jail cell. I think it was KTS Vaughn. And you're like, whoa, they really on some different type of time. Because number one, you'd have to have somebody inside the jail to know what was going on there or when he was leaving to then report to you that he was getting released at that time, at that date. It's so many factors and variables in that you're like, whoa, Chicago's on something different. You know what I'm saying? And to be real, maybe they got so comfortable in that situation that they finally got tripped up. Now, I don't want to sit here and say that, they're infallible and they're above getting caught, because there's plenty of dumb criminals out there that do dumb stuff and get caught every day, right? But what's another situation that I definitely want to harp on before we go exactly into the Oblock and then work our way into Lil Durk is another part of the video that a lot of people aren't catching that Mama Duck put out. And I want to play this. And this is something that might lead to another case in the future, I'm thinking, man. Now, let's talk about this right here. Oh, my bad. Yeah, this right here.
Justice for Brick next. Yeah. He will get justice to him and Kobe. That did that. They ain't got away with it. You might think you did, but you didn't. Yeah.
Now, if you guys didn't hear, she was talking about FBG Brick. Now, some of you might be wondering, what's up with FBG Brick? Who is that? Now, for those of you who do know, this is just going to be like, whatever. You know what I mean? FBG Brick was FBG Duck's brother, man. He lost his life in 2017. Now, in 2017, FBG Brick lost his life, and, it was an unsolved case. He was with another cat by the name of Kobe Mack. Now, Kobe Mack was, I don't, for all intents and purposes, I don't see anything out there about Kobe Mack being like a real savage type dude like that. Now, I might be wrong. It might just have been his homeboy from rap or something like that. But the story goes like this. Let's touch on FBG Brick. And hold up, let's play that video one more time, just so you can get what Mama Duck is saying. She's basically saying that there's another indictment coming. Because remember, she said in that first video with where she talked about FBG Duck, and she started this whole media storm. She said that she was contacted directly by the FBI. So the FBI probably gave it a hit that something's coming down for the FBG Brick situation. Let's run it back.
Justice for Brick next. Yeah. He will get justice to him and Kobe. That did that. They ain't got away with it. You might think you did, but you didn't. Yeah.
Okay, so hopefully everybody got that, man. So basically she's saying that, man, it's looking like more indictments might be coming down, or the cats who are already locked up might already be implicated in that situation as well. Now, I can only guess on that. I can't say that for fact, but man, that's what I was gathering from what she was saying. Now, let's talk about FBG Brick a little bit before we get to this whole other situation, right? So FBG Brick was FBG Duck's brother. And it seemed like they had different last names, but you know how I go in the hood sometimes, that doesn't mean anything. And there's plenty of videos with them together saying they're brothers and all that, and they're both Flyboy gang and all that, man. So they're brothers, right? We're gonna use that. FBG Brick, his story is interesting as well because back in 2017, this is allegedly what went down. Now, I'm gonna be referencing a story from that Chicago Homicide Watch website. So man, take this with a grain of salt because this hasn't thoroughly been vetted all the way. Now it says that Jermaine Robinson, who rapped as FBG Brick, and pal Kobe Mack gunned down in front of a home in Woodlawn. Now that's a part of Chicago. Jermaine Robinson, also known as to the Chicago rap scene as FBG Brick, was gunned down along with his friend Stanley Jacoby Mack, known as Kobe Mack, on that Monday afternoon in Southside Woodlawn neighborhood, right? The police were called to a shooting around 2:50 p.m. and it was in the 6300 block of South St. Lawrence. Now, we've heard of South St. Lawrence so many times, and y'all know what's up with that, man. Now, they found one of the victims in front of a home with a gunshot wound to the head, and the other man in the back gangway with a gunshot wound to the back and arm, according to the police. Mack was 31 years old at the time, and FBG Brick was 26 years old at the time. And they were both pronounced dead at the scene, according to the Cook County Medical Examiner's Office. Mack lived in West Side Austin neighborhood, while FBG Brick lived in the South Shore. Now, autopsies also found that both men died of multiple gunshot wounds, and their deaths were ruled homicides, according to the Medical Examiner's Office. No one is in custody as of that time of the shooting, and FBG Brick, also known as Robinson, performed under the tutelage of his younger brother, FBG Duck, a member of the controversial Flyboy Gang, or FBG. That group, known for its high-profile feuds with Chief Keef and E-Day, released a number of songs dissing the rival rappers. FBG Brick's most popular video was Another One. Now, in his video for the Another One, you can see other cats from that side that you've probably heard of by the name of like TB and people like that. But Mack, known to friends as Kobe Mack, was a member of FBG Circle, though was not a performer. Unconfirmed reports said he was related to Robinson. Two others mentioned in FBG, Young Mello and Lil Jeff, were also shot in 2013. So this has pretty much been a cold case. Him and the other guy met. Now, if you listen to Mama Duck, she mentioned Kobe Mack as well. Now, I don't know what part he played in this, but FBG Brick was obviously, into it with the cats that we're talking about lately or recently. Even though they mentioned that back in 2013, 2012, it was Chief Keef and them, we know Chief Keef has been off the scene for a long time. Now, in the video, and I just want to make sure so you guys know that I ain't making nothing up, let's run that back.
Justice for Brick next. Yeah. He will get justice to him and Kobe. That did that. They ain't got away with it. You might think you did, but you didn't. Yeah.
Now you heard her. She specifically said Kobe Mack and Brick. And that you might have thought you got away, but you didn't, man. So I'm pretty sure that anybody who had anything to do with that situation, knowing that she's in communication with the FBI, is scared, man. They gotta be worried like you wouldn't believe, man. Hey, man, do me a favor. Make sure y'all hit that like button, man. I see we got like 1,000-something people in here. Yo, make sure you hit that like button, man. Run them likes up, man. Run them likes up. We should probably be at like 500 likes, to be real with you, man, with 1,000 folks in here, man. So go ahead, run them likes up. So it looks like the feds are well aware or are aware of the situation as far as FBG Brick, even though that happened back in 2017. Man, it seems like they own the case, and I'm wondering what's leading them to all these situations. Now, there's a lot of speculation about that, man. There's been people talking about the situation with OTF Boona, where he got arrested in Atlanta, and his phone, well, he was arrested because a phone was found at the scene of a shooting that took place in 2020, and they're placing him, they're placing him at the scene based on that phone. We don't know what was in that phone or what that phone had in it, and I'm not saying that anything that, had to do with that phone had to deal with OTF Boona, and I'm trying to skate lightly and be real careful with what I say here, but definitely that's another added variable, right? Now, to be real, it looks like, man, we might be seeing more updates about the FBG Brick situation as well. And it seems like his one and only big song, the biggest song that he had, it had a lot of people who are mentioned, in a lot of these stories in there. So check it out if you get a chance, right? At least, check out his music. And I try to do that for everybody, man. Look at their music, no matter the situation. Some of these cats, though, their music is all in our face. And we'll say that about Durk because yesterday, Durk just dropped like 2 new tracks, right? He dropped a joint with 42 Doug, and he dropped a joint by himself called, You Know What, Off. I don't want to get caught saying it, but you know what I mean. Now, let's get to this whole Oblock situation, man, with the arrest. So Muwop gets arrested, right? And you've got others that get arrested. Chicago Tribune, Chicago Sun-Times, they do stories about this that were in detail. But the biggest story to come out as of yet was a story that dropped yesterday of a guy by the name of Los. Now, his name is Los Muna or either Los Mula, and it seemed like Los is the last person to go to court. Now, Los was in all these articles being referred to as a reputed gang member. Now, I don't know if he's Oblock and if he's a gang member or whatnot. I've seen him in pictures with them and stuff like that. But sometimes these news articles, they're bigger drama than some of us bloggers, man. They really put it out there. You know what I'm saying? As far as the stories are concerned. So Los was in court yesterday, right? And this is where things went sideways because it was assumed in court that his vehicle was the lead that got them to everybody. You know what I mean? It was the reason why they were able to connect the dots here. Now, in the story from the Chicago Sun-Times, it says this. It says, man charged in FBG Duck murder ordered detained. A federal prosecutor said Tacarlos Los Offered purchased the vehicle used as the lead car in the August 4th, 2020 murder. 1 week earlier, that vehicle was then returned to the dealership in the suburbs less than an hour after the deadly shooting. Now, in my first video that I did about this yesterday, and I talked about the fact that they would use a video that they financed in their own name and all that, and then use that in a targeted hit. It sounds pretty stupid, man. It doesn't sound like a good idea, But Maybe the finesse move was to turn it back in later, knowing that you weren't gonna, weren't actually gonna buy the car. But still, in that situation, if you financed it, they got your finance information. And what the feds are alleging in court is that they've already got scanners and CPD pod cameras that got the license plate. Now, we have yet to see any of those pictures out there. I've seen mock-up pictures and I've seen pictures where people are drawing the conclusion, but I haven't seen the actual, in the scene, license plate, all that blurred out type of pictures. You know what I mean? Now, for most people, and my bad, I've been neglecting the chat. Y'all let me know, man. Y'all let me know. Was that one of the dumbest plans you ever heard in your life? Or is it a possibility that they were thinking way above or way smarter than they should have? They thought, okay, or allegedly thought, because I can't say what they thought and I can't say that they were involved. I want to foot stomp that part. Is it a possibility based on these stories that they thought that taking that car or taking that vehicle back immediately, putting it back on the lot would, basically clean it, make it clean so that way nobody would be looking for it? Or try to hide it in that type of way? Hopefully somebody buys it a week later and now that car is just rolling down the road. You know what I'm saying? And it has nothing to do with them. But still, if you filled out your information for the financing, they got your information on the financing, man. Like, there's no way around that. Make sure y'all hit the like button and make sure y'all keep shouting y'all cities. I'm going to keep hitting y'all cities too. But they still got your information. You know what I'm saying? So either way, if you fill out information to get a car or a vehicle or anything, there's a process where you got to put your social. You will be the easiest person to find on earth, man, because there's nothing you can't do without your basic identifiable information, right? Now, a federal judge had ordered the detention Friday of one of the alleged members of Oblock. Now, the street gang accused in the racketeering indictment of last year's broad daylight Gold Coast murder of rapper FBG Duck, which a prosecutor said is on video. Now, prosecutors also said that this is on video. Now, I'm surprised none of the major media outlets have the video. We've seen the video afterwards, which is horrible, where FBG Duck is on the ground and all that. But for them to say that they have the everything on video, at first I thought that was a bluff. But then when you're dealing with the feds and the federal prosecutors, like a lot of people said in the comments, they don't bluff. Like, if they got it, they got it. There ain't no way they could be in there lying, so they got to say the truth in the court. Now, the AUSA Jason Julian said Tacarlos Los Ofred, 30 years old, purchased the vehicle used as the lead car in the August 4th, 2020 murder. 1 week earlier, the vehicle was then returned to the dealership and the deadly shooting, right? FBG Duck, whose real name is Carlton Weekly, was shot to death in the first block of East Oak Street as shoppers milled about. Julian said the rapper was shot at least 38 times and that 2 other people were also wounded. So I didn't see from the video where FBG Duck was shot 38 times, because we've all seen that video circulating, as bad as it is. But that's a lot, man. That's a lot. That means how many times were their guns fired? And they basically, whoever carried out this hit, they came out as a team, and everybody was shooting or whatnot. Now, also, there was people who were supposed to be returning fire who also got shot. But that's crazy to say the least, man. The shooting occurred at like 4:30, and we know it happened in the Gold Coast. And, Julian, now they're saying, this is the story, they're saying that the shooting happened at 4:30, right? And Julian said, Julian being the U.S. attorney, they work as the prosecutor, and they work for the FBI and all that, right? They said that Alfred, a.k.a. Los, he took the car and returned it to the dealership about 50-minute drive away around 5:30. So the assumption there is the plan was to use the car in a shooting and then return it to a dealership less than an hour later. Like less than an hour after the shooting took place, the car was turned in. Now, if I was like, his attorney tried to say a couple of things in court in his defense, but man, if they have all that information, man, I gotta ask, man, and maybe we gotta dip in the chat for this. Is it a done deal? Is a goose cooked? Is this an over type of thing, man? Because to be real, it seems almost smart if you talk a plan like that out, but when in reality, when you had to put out your information, what up Providence? What up Athens, Georgia? When you have to put out your information and all that, it's not a good plan. It's a bad plan, to be real with you. Everybody make sure you run them likes up. Run them likes up. All right, man. So let's continue, man, in this story. So it says this. It says the U.S. attorney, the prosecutor, also said the car was seen on police pod cameras and license plate readers. So the license plate readers and the pod cameras caught the information on the car. So regardless if you turn the car back into the dealership thinking this thing was go away, it wouldn't, you know? Now, an indictment that was unsealed this week charged Alfred and 4 others with the murder in aid of racketeering. Alfred's co-defendants are Charles C. Murda Liggins, 30 years old, Kenneth Kenny Robertson, 28 years old, Christopher C. Thang Thomas, 22 years old, and Marcus Muwop Smart, 22 years old. And what's crazy about Muwop, man, he just don't, like, I don't know. It seemed like, man, dude could have went a different direction. I don't know. It just seemed like every time I look, dude, it looks like wasted talent if this is how it ends. Hopefully, this isn't how it ends. But, man, they're saying that Alfred, Liggins, Thomas, Smart were arrested early Wednesday morning. Attorneys for Liggins, Thomas, and Smart have said they likely seek their clients' release at the later time. So Robinson was already in custody of the Cook County Department of Corrections. So basically, they're saying that C. Murder, Kenny, and Muwop were all arrested, you know, on that Wednesday morning raid that we showed the video for earlier, right? But what's odd is Alfred was also arrested at that same time, and he was seen in court yesterday, and the other cats were seen in court on Wednesday. That already should have let people know that something was different about this dude's situation. Now, if they're convicted of these murder charges, the men all face a minimum of life in prison and a potential death sentence. Yes, you did not mishear me. I'll run that back. A minimum life in prison and a potential death sentence. Now, is that a waste of life and talent, man? Because we're talking about cats who got major placements. Lil Durk dropped Loyal Bros, a couple of months back? And it was earlier in the springtime. On Loyal Bros, he's got several people on that album who got locked up after it came out. I want to say Buka 300 got locked up, right? Or Buka 600, my bad, got locked up when it came out, right? Then you had OTF Booner's on there as a feature artist. He got locked up. You have Muwop on, Muwop actually isn't on Loyal Bros. Muwop isn't on Loyal Bros. But other cats have been locked up as far as like, what's my dude's name, man? Now you guys caught me. They're saying he got locked up, but there's no evidence of it. Not Muwop. What's my guy's name? There he goes. BossTop. And we're going to talk about BossTop in a second. So they're saying BossTop got locked up as well, but I don't see any information for that. What's up, Norfolk? I don't see any information talking about BossTop was one of the people who also got locked up. I see his social media has been put on a hold, but I can't blame him for that situation. You know what I'm saying? He's got good reason not to be playing with social media right now. But man, the story finishes by saying a couple of things that I want to foot stomp on as well. They say they are also charged with assaulting the 2 unnamed victims as well as firearm offenses. Now, the defense attorney for Alfred, who is Los, argued during Friday's detention hearing that prosecutors had offered no evidence that Alfred was involved in the crime. So basically, he's saying that just because you got that vehicle or you say you have that vehicle, that doesn't mean Los was involved in the crime. So this goes to the fact of, man, is it really going to come down to who says something first or what happens? Because pressure busts pipes. And to be facing a minimum of life in prison and a potential death sentence, that's probably too much pressure for a lot of people to take on, man, to be real. Now, it says, but the U.S. Magistrate Judge David Weissman, who ordered Alfred detained, noted that a grand jury had already found probable cause to charge Alfred, that's Los Muna, and the others in an indictment. Julian also told the judge it appeared Alfred had lied to court personnel about his residence and employment status. Now, this was the funny part, man, because everybody on Wednesday who was in court, they had to say their employment status. And I believe Muwop said he was a janitor at a church. And there were so many memes on social media about that. And I hate to make fun of a serious situation, But them memes were funny, man. They had Muwop with a mop. They had him with like a duster and a spray bottle. It was hilarious, man. It was hilarious. Because when you think of somebody who's already dropping rap, why wouldn't he say he was a rapper in court? Maybe he thought that would hurt his status in the court, and saying that he's a gangster rapper would appear bad in front of the court. But we know you're a rapper. We've seen your music video. It's got over 500,000 views. You know what I'm saying? I think it's over 1 million now. Like, dude, you're a rapper. Like, you do music videos with Lil Durk and stuff. Or maybe he's trying to distance himself from everybody else in the rap game because he doesn't want to take them down with him. You know what I mean? Now, police have said that FBG Duck made derogatory statements. Well, excuse me. They're saying that, yeah, FBG Duck made derogatory statements toward deceased members of the Black Disciples. Now, they're on social media, a possible motive for his fatal shooting in the heart of luxury shopping district on Oak Street. Now, everybody talks about the songs that he did, Dead, you know what it is. I don't want to say the whole name. But there was a song that he did maybe like 6-7 months before that called Chicago Legends, where he was showing love to both. Nobody ever brings that up. You know what I mean? They always harp on the last song that he did and say that's what led to everything. You know what I mean? Now, FBG Duck associated with a faction, this is according to the story, of the Gangster Disciples street gang called Jarrow City, which was based near 62nd Street and Vernon Avenue in West Woodlawn, police said at the time. But on social media, he identified himself as a member of the Gangster Disciples faction called STLEBT, which is in the same area and mostly friendly with Jarrow City. Police said that last year there was a high threat level in an ongoing conflict between those Gangster Disciple and Oblock faction of the Black Disciples from Parkway Gardens, also known as Oblock, apartments near the 63rd and Martin Luther King Drive, right? O.D. Perry, a member of the Black Disciples faction in Parkway Gardens, was shot to death in 2011. Now, I would not be mentioning any of this gang names and stuff like that. I usually keep it hip-hop, but this is what the stories are saying, so we got to actually report the story as it is or discuss the story as it is. And the faction was dubbed Oblock in his honor. Now, Perry's killing sparked a series of retaliatory shootings, including the 2014 murder of Jakira Barnes, which we talked about earlier. Somehow they connected that to King Von and later said that they were going to, indict him on that shooting, who police said was a female gang assassin for the Gangster Disciples faction in the neighborhood. FBG Duck was also affiliated with Flyboy Gang, a group of rappers. According to the Chicago Sun-Times story in 2017, his brother Jermaine Robinson was a rapper who went by FBG Brick. He and a friend, Stanley Mack, were shot to death in Woodlawn in July 2017. So basically, that's what they've got so far. I mean, what we can take from that is the vehicle that they're trying to pin on Los Muna or Los Mula, and it seems like that his lawyer is saying that he wasn't involved with that in any way, and they can't prove he was in that vehicle. He's basically saying, prove to me that I was in that car, and then we can talk. So right now, none of them have bond. Everybody is locked up. And I believe Kenny, he's still locked up. He was locked up previously from a whole nother shooting that took place. So nobody has bond at this time, but that's not to say that they won't get bond later, because they got to figure if there are flight risk and all that. And my bad for neglecting the chat. I went on a rant right there for a while and just basically talked about the story. But what do you guys think about all that so far? What do you think about them saying that they got Los's car and they're tying the car to this whole situation or whatnot? Do you think that maybe they're coming on strong with the sentencing early, or do you think that maybe potentially these guys had nothing to do with this at all or not involved, man? We always got to say that because you're innocent until proven guilty, as far as I'm concerned. But that whole car situation looks ugly, man. It looks real ugly, man. Now, let's go on and let's move on to talk about Lil Durk, man. Let's get to Lil Durk, man. And when we talk about Lil Durk each week, there's something that we got to do, man. And it's this. All right, man, let's get to Durk, man. All right, so, man, everybody might have noticed that Lil Durk has made some moves this week. And it seems like his moves have pretty much been to get away from all this situation, man. It seems like Lil Durk doesn't want anything to do with this. Lil Durk is arguably the hottest rapper in the game right now, right? It's him and Lil Baby. That's the discussion, right? Like, it's based on who's really holding things up and doing things big right now. Lil Durk is in that discussion. Like, he's doing amazing, right? Now, there was a story that was put out by allhiphop.com yesterday, and it made some speculation into some things, man. Or it said some things, I should say. You know, I can't say that they speculated if I can't prove it, right? Now, the headline says this: FBG Duck's alleged murderer name, OTF Muwop. Lil Durk may be under investigation. Now, that's the scary part, I'm pretty sure, for Lil Durk. Now, it goes on to say, if you're not well-versed in Chicago politics like me, this may be a bit of a challenge. Let's try this. First of all, a man was arrested in the murder of the late FBG Duck. That was a cold, sad murder in midday while the brother was shopping for his kid. Well, they are pointing a finger at OTF Muwop for the murder, and he was reportedly been arrested, and at this time, I'm guessing they didn't understand everybody who was involved. Now, they're saying he is an associate of Lil Durk, or maybe even one of his homies. Now, for anybody who keeps up with Oblock, they know that Muwop was definitely closer to Vaughn than he is Durk, so it might even be easier in that aspect for Durk to say, you know, let me move on from these cats, you know, because I did a story a couple of months back. It was 3 months ago after the home invasion shooting that he had, and you got to think how all these things connect. And I hate to sound like I'm one of those conspiracy video dudes. I am not that. I like to read the black and whites. I like to read the facts. And I like to read reported stories. And that was a reported story. That there was a home invasion at Durk's crib. And him and his girl, India, had to actually shoot at the intruders. And they fled into the woods and ran off, right? Big story. Well, Lil Durk, after that, put out on social media that he was going to start cutting folks off, right? He was going to start cutting folks off. And that was that. What's crazy is, earlier this week, it seemed like Lil Durk, or before this news came out, Lil Durk had said some things in regards to maybe letting us know that something was coming down. Now, I hate to speculate, but Lil Durk put this post out about a week ago. And I want to make sure y'all see this. And it was a post where he said this. And we discussed it last week on last week's show. But it's odd that all this happened after Lil Durk put this out there as well. And it was this right here, my bad. And it said, paperwork flowing through Chicago. I need to read it, laughing out loud, and post it. Now, when that came out, we thought that maybe they were talking about an old story from about 9 months ago, where a cat, you know, there was a dude, and I'm not going to name his name, who was associated with OTF allegedly, and they said they had some paperwork on him, right? And I thought that Lil Durk was talking about that. But man, this led me to believe you never know what these rappers are going through or what he could have been talking about. Because at that time, Lil Durk could have been talking about anything, man. He could have been talking about this situation. Maybe he knew this was happening and he was like, man, he was already starting to distance himself and say, forget this, man. Now that's a wide claim. And I doubt, man, maybe that doesn't have any, maybe those two dots don't connect. But I just think it's weird that all these things are happening at the same time. Just like the OTF Boona phone situation. Seems like all this is coming down at the same time, pretty much. I mean, this is all taking place within the last couple of months, right? Now, the story continues to say this. It says, now they're saying that the feds may be looking into Durk too. Rumor has it, and you got a foot stomp that this is a rumor, because there is no information that I have seen that says this has anything to do with Durk or Durk is being looked into. But Durk does have a close affiliation with these cats. He's been close to these cats. You see videos of him and Muwop on a private jet, him and OTF Boona on a private jet. I mean, they crewed, man. And when Durk rolls city to city, he usually has a large crew with him. Now, what's funny is, in an interview he did with Nicki Minaj earlier this week, Lil Durk said that, he's starting to change up for his show. Like it seemed like he's not going to have as much entourage with him. And he's trying to make it to where he can even bring his kids to the show. He said that specifically, right? So you're starting to see Durk trying to grow and move away from all the foolishness and try to make sure that he keeps himself clear of all this RICO talk. Because come on, man, nobody wants to be involved in that. I mean, when you say RICO, everybody's knees start to get worried, man. Or everybody's knees start to shake, I say, and elbows shake and everything. Pause. You know what I mean? Now, the rumor has it that they may be inquiring about whether or not Muwop was paid to do the murder. This is bad and good at the same time, depending on who you are. Duck's mom is happy. So this is the story. I'm reading the story. This is not my words. So they're saying Duck's mom is happy about this. And they're saying that basically, I had recently inquired about Lil Durk's Georgia case and got some bad info. They told me it was over, but I have new info that says the contrary. The case is still outstanding. It seems like the feds hit up Oblock and got a bunch of people. Durk was not one of them. So this story obviously was a little bit dated, and maybe they were speculating a little too much. They were looking into the fact that Lil Durk is associated with these cats and that maybe he could possibly be wrapped in the investigation. I know I've been neglecting the chat, but do y'all think it's a possibility that Lil Durk could get wrapped in this some way? Free to O. Keep shouting out your cities, and man, make sure y'all, we got almost 1,400 people in here. Make sure y'all hit that like button, man. Run them likes up. We should have 700 to 1,000 likes. Make sure y'all hit that like button, run them likes up. Everybody stop right now and hit that like button, man. Hit that like button. We should have 700 to 1,000 likes easily, you know what I'm saying? And I hate to stop and be on that type of time, but it matters, man. So you know, hook your boy up, you know what I mean? Now, I'm going to delve into the chat, but what do you guys think about that, man? Do you think that Lil Durk in any way, and they're saying his old case from Georgia. Remember, Lil Durk and King Von had a case together, right? Lil Durk's case, everybody had thought it was a done deal. I haven't seen anything that said it was still standing, but still was outstanding. But it looks like there might be information out there to the contrary, so we're going to keep our eyes on that as well, man. Now, I don't want to end on some negative stuff, man. Obviously, Muwop and them got themselves in a tough situation. It's looking real bad for the team. You got OTF Boona locked up down there in Atlanta. How big of a hit is this for Oblock really? Or for OTF really? Because Oblock is something different than OTF. Let's keep it real. How big of a hit is this? Is Lil Durk, is his presence in hip-hop, or at least in Chicago hip-hop, going to be lessons from this? What's up, 68th and Lawrence? What's up? Dallas, Texas, I see you. Or do you think that this is possibly the situation that Lil Durk maybe kind of needed? Like, is this a gift? Is this a gift and a curse? Is this a blessing in disguise? Because this will put him in a situation where he can be mentioned with the other cats. You know what I mean? Even though, let's be real, with Lil Durk, street appeal is a bigger part of his appeal. Like the 2 songs that he dropped yesterday, and we're about to move into that. So let's talk about these songs that he dropped yesterday. So Lil Durk just dropped a song called You Know What Off, and I wish I could say it, but you know, YouTube doesn't like us talking like that, right? And in the song, he said a couple things, man. And he was still kind of touching on the street stuff. So this is a story from Uprocks, right? And it says, Lil Durk addresses the dark moments in his life on the Vengeful song that he dropped yesterday, right? Now, I listened to this song a couple times. It's a banger. And what's not mentioned, I don't think, is the fact that he dropped a song as well and a video to match with 42 Doug. Now, in that song and video with 42 Doug, he said a couple things, right? And I don't want to, let's take this off the screen because I'm gonna read a little bit of this, but this ain't going to be the focus, right? Now, following a 2020 year that proved to be monumental of the Chicago rapper Lil Durk, he put his head down and kept things pushing into and throughout 2021, they're saying. At the top of the year, he shared the deluxe version of his late 2020 project, The Voice. He later teamed up with Lil Baby for Voice of the Heroes, which I might add is one of the highest selling albums this year, a project that gave him the chart-topping release, meaning that was Lil Durk's first time going number 1, right? So with Lil Durk, we do see this a lot. It's like he'll move 2 steps forward and maybe a half step back, but he's always moving up and moving forward. Now, after a string of guest features, Durk returns to the solo route with his new song, and the new song is quite the vengeful effort as it finds the Chicago native speaking about the recent deaths of King Von and his brother D-Thang. And he, even in the video, if you look in the video of that new song that he's got a t-shirt where he's got D-Thang on one side and he's got King Von on the other. He also raps about the Atlanta home invasion that he and his girlfriend, India Cox, were victims of back in July. Durk and Cox were allegedly forced to exchange gunfire with intruders, but luckily both escaped the situation without any injuries. Atlanta police officers listed the couple as victims in the police report for the shooting. Now, Durk dropped this joint, and he dropped a joint with 42 Doug. Both of their songs are doing well, and videos are doing well right now. And it seems like with the situation going on, would it be smart to get away from the street aspect of things? Or do you think Durk saying, forget this, and dropping 2 new songs at the heat of this is genius? Is that genius marketing? I know you hate to benefit off of tragedy, but come on, let's be real. Everybody tunes into Durk because of his associations in the street, sort of. He makes good music. That is without question, right? People love his music. But let's be real, man. Let's be real. Him dropping those videos was almost perfect timing. It's like, oh, man, things are hot. Hey, drop the 42 Doug video featuring me and drop my new song, man. And they gonna go up. And they both going up right now. All right, man. I see y'all. What's up, London? I see Normal in the house. Lamron. What's up? What's up, Chicago? What up? What up? What up? I know I've been neglecting the chat and I've been going on rants, but there's a lot of info and I want to make sure to keep it under an hour and a half. We talked about everything all the way through. Now, I'm going to jump back in the chat, but y'all do me a favor. Y'all make sure y'all run them likes up because them likes looking crazy. And make sure y'all do this as well. Shout out your cities in the chat besides, engaging in the conversation. Now, do y'all think with Lil Durk, my point being, do you think him dropping those videos yesterday is just another form of just good marketing for Lil Durk? Or do you feel like, man, maybe it had nothing to do with it? Maybe he was planning on dropping those videos yesterday anyway, and it just ended up lining up with everything that's going on. Because the way that media works and the way that, these things flow is when a topic is hot, a lot of people start to flow into that topic. A lot of people start to gravitate towards it. They want to get information. I even caught myself looking at old videos of stuff that already took place in other parts of Chicago that had nothing to do with any of this. But it seems like, as far as Durk is concerned, I don't see where this is going to hurt his career going forward. I think actually he can use this as a stepping stone to separate himself from all the drama, keep himself out of the RICO, and to continue to soar and do big in the rap game. All right, I see y'all repping Philly. Philly in the chat. What's up? All right, I see y'all, man. Y'all wilding with that. Yo, Ruger is, what's up with Ruger, man? That's what's up. Yo, Ruger's doing this thing, man. He's doing this thing. That's what's up. Yeah, y'all say y'all think Lil Durk is trying to escape the situation and distance himself because there's almost it's a guarantee that he'll be wrapped up in it somehow if he doesn't. I agree to that, man. Okay, we got Chicago in the building. What's up, Chicago? Washington, D.C. in the building. Man, y'all make sure y'all run up them likes, hit the like button. We about 1,200 people. Definitely should be about 700 to 1,000 likes. Said Durk used them like that one dude. Man, do you think that Durk used his street affiliations to rise to the top? Do y'all feel that, honestly? Do you think that Lil Durk said, man, forget this? Everybody's catching it. Like, I can't think of how Lil Durk would get that notion that it would work, but definitely a lot of people tuned in. A lot of people because of the street stuff. And to be honest, that King Von wave was something serious, man. I remember I first heard King Von, I was like, okay, dude is a dope storyteller, man. Like, I heard it off the bat. I was like, man, because that song that he had about the dude who had, and he says it in a coded way, about the dude who had dyslexia and ended up saying forget school and going to the streets, I thought was dope. I was like, wow, that's skill. That's skill there. And do you think all those waves combined led to Durk's success, to be real? I 100% do. What's up, man? I see y'all repping y'all whatever in the chat, man. Make sure y'all rep y'all city, man. Yeah, run up them likes, man. Run up them likes. We should have 1,000 likes, to be real with you. Make sure you hit that like button. Okay, yeah, man. So as far as Durk, man, we've actually talked about all our topics today, man. Like I said, we was going to keep it under an hour and a half, but I'm definitely here to talk to y'all in the chat to see what y'all think about the Muwop. Oh, first off, let's start. Boosie situation. We kind of got that out of here early in case y'all want to talk about that. Then we talked about Mama Duck. We went over the Mama Duck video that set everything off. The Oblock raid, FBG Brick case. You know what I mean? And just for those people who just showed up late, let's actually play those videos. I don't want to leave anybody out. And I see a lot of people showed up here recently. So let's make sure y'all are up on the same page. And man, since we're done talking about Durk specifically, let's get back to FBG Duck. So let's do this. Durk. Boom. There we go. So let's play those videos, man. That kicked this all off. That started this whole media storm this week. And that way, y'all can see where we started off, man. For anybody showing up late. Mama, right here.
Good morning. Oh, y'all. They got them. They got these. They got them. 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 And I knew it. And all that was talking. All y'all talking. All you bloggers that think y'all knew what the was going on. Okay. I was right the whole time. I want to appreciate all y'all that investigated, that sent me stuff to alert me, just to do all type of stuff. I just want to thank y'all so much. I wasn't shut up. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Yes. The Fed just called me and told me they arrested Muwop, they arrested Thang, they arrested 5 people that they have in custody. The little boy who himself August the 24th was one of the shooters that shot my son. They just told me that too. I'm just so glad. I'm just so glad.
Now, that was a video that started the whole media storm this week that got us talking about FBG Duck again and would eventually raise everybody's antennas and all the news, outlets and everybody who's a blogger and everybody started talking about it. Like, wow. And then we got the video of the Oblock raid, man. So let's actually check that one out.
Block FBI, DEA. Oh my God, the killers, the real ones. He has a big gun. His gun is real fucking big. Look at it. Oh my God. This is happening right.
Extra. My bad. I'll play it again for y'all.
Block FBI, DEA. Oh my God, the killers, the real ones. He has a big gun. His gun is real fucking big. Look at it. Oh my God. This is happening right.
Now, that video was put out by a page on social media that basically covers anything that has to do with Oblock, Chicago, drill, I'm assuming, but it specifically said Oblock. So they have videos just from Oblock or whatnot, right? And that was allegedly the video of the raid taking place that brought down Muwop and the rest of the Oblock cats who got locked up, right? Now, another thing that was a point where everybody was tripping off of and got a lot of people waiting in the background to see what other indictments comes down is this part of the Mama Duck video that a lot of people miss. In this part of the video, Mama Duck said something that had to do with another rapper and FBG Duck's brother, FBG Brick, who lost his life in 2017, which leads us to believe there will be more indictments in the future. So check this out.
Justice for Brick next. Yeah. He will get justice to him and Kobe. That did that. They ain't got away with it. You might think you did, but you didn't. Yeah.
Now that video, she talked about Kobe Mack and FBG Brick, who's FBG Duck's brother, who lost their life in 2017, and she pretty much assured everybody that there's going to be an investigation and some people are going to get arrested for that as well. So, man, that's what got us ready to stay tuned and see what comes up next. Now, as we progress through the story, we talked about all the things with Muwop getting arrested, and recently their mugshots were released, and you had Muwop, you had Thang, and you had a lot of other cats from, you had Muwop, you had Thang, you had Murda, you had Los, a.k.a. Los Muna or Los Mula, and then you had another guy named Kenny. And they all were arrested and indicted for the shooting death of FBG Duck. And that's what got us here today, right? Now, we finished by talking about the fact that Lil Durk, you know what I mean, is seemingly distancing himself from Muwop and the rest of the guys. So where is this going to take us in the future? We can only tell. But definitely, this is the hottest story in hip-hop right now, and I don't know where it's going to end, but I'm going to be stay tuned, and I'm going to definitely keep bringing you guys updates. Now, with that, this has been your boy Big Man. I see you guys in the chat. I appreciate everybody who came in here today, but we about to close it out. So do me a favor. Make sure, whether you're here now, you're here later, hit that like button, run those likes up. Make sure we get at least 2,000 likes for this thing, and we out of this thing now. Peace. And hold up, before I really close it out, do me a favor. Make sure you hit that like button, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and make sure you hit that notification bell so that way you get a notification every time I drop this hot content. And man, do me a favor. Make sure y'all run them likes up. Man, go. I'm out of here. Peace. Appreciate y'all. See y'all next week, next Saturday.